Are you or a loved one born before 1951? If so, listen carefully because you could be entitled to an extra £215 in your state pension that thousands are missing out on. That's right, £215 that could be in your pocket right now. But most people don't even know they qualify. Why is the government keeping this so quiet? In today's video, I'm going to reveal exactly how this works, who qualifies, and most importantly, how to claim what's rightfully yours. This isn't just pocket change we're talking about, it's over £2,500 a year that could transform your retirement lifestyle. Before we dive into all the details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on crucial financial updates like this one. And if you know someone born before 1951, share this video with them immediately. It could put extra money in their pocket starting next month. I publish new videos every week about pension benefits, retirement planning, and government schemes that many people are completely unaware of. Our community has already helped thousands of retirees claim benefits they didn't know they were entitled to. Don't miss out on being part of this movement. So what exactly is this £215 payment all about? If you were born before 1951, you may be entitled to additional pension benefits that many retirees are completely unaware of. This special provision was designed to support our oldest pensioners, but due to complicated paperwork and poor communication, thousands are missing out. Recent government figures suggest that more than 200,000 eligible pensioners aren't receiving this money. That's millions of pounds going unclaimed every single month, money that should be helping our elderly population cope with rising living costs. Why weren't you told about this? That's the question so many of our viewers have been asking. The truth is that the pension system is deliberately complex, and unless you know exactly what to ask for, you might never receive what you're owed. Have you checked your pension statements recently? Do you know what benefits you're actually receiving? Many of our viewers were shocked to discover they'd been underpaid for years, in some cases, decades. One viewer, Margaret from Leeds, recently contacted me to say she'd received a backdated payment of over £7,000 after watching our videos and taking action. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. To qualify for this additional £215, you need to have reached state pension age before April 6, 2016 and have been born before 1951. This means you're on what's called the old state pension system. Did you know there are actually two different pension systems running simultaneously in the UK? This is partly why so many people are confused. The government introduced a new state pension system in 2016, but if you were already receiving your pension before this date, you remained on the old system, which includes the additional state pension component we're discussing today. Let me explain more about how this works. The basic state pension for those on the old system is currently capped at £156.20 per week. But on top of this, you might be entitled to the additional state pension, which is based on your national insurance contributions throughout your working life. Have you ever heard of SERPS, or the State Earnings Related Pension Scheme? This is what we're talking about, and it could mean extra money for you. For those who contributed to this scheme during their working years, the additional amount can be up to £215 per week, though the actual amount varies from person to person depending on your earnings history. Did you work in the private sector between 1978 and 2002? If so, you likely contributed to SERPS unless you were contracted out through a workplace pension. And even if you were contracted out for some years, you might still have built up entitlement during other years. This is precisely why checking your specific situation is so important. Every working history is unique, and the pension system doesn't always automatically calculate everything correctly. What steps do you need to take to claim this money? First, check your pension statement. Is the full amount being paid? Look for line items labeled Additional State Pension or SERPS. If you're unsure or don't see these items, you need to contact the pension service directly. The phone number is 800 731 469, and lines are open Monday to Friday, 8 am to 6 p.m. Have your national insurance number ready when you call. Be prepared for a wait. Their lines are often busy, but don't let this discourage you. Remember, we're talking about potentially thousands of pounds that belong to you. When you speak with the pension service, be specific about what you're asking. Tell them you want to check if you're receiving your full additional state pension entitlement. Don't be fobbed off with vague answers. Ask them to explain exactly what components make up your current pension payment and whether there's anything else you might be entitled to. If the person you're speaking with seems unsure, don't hesitate to ask to speak with a supervisor or someone more experienced with the old pension system. Many pensioners worry that claiming additional benefits might affect other benefits they receive. Is this a concern for you? In most cases, this additional pension amount won't affect your other entitlements, but it's always worth checking your specific situation with an advisor. Benefits like attendance allowance, which helps with personal care costs for those with disabilities, won't be affected. However, means-tested benefits like pension credit or housing benefit might be impacted if the additional amount pushes your income above certain thresholds. But don't let this stop you from claiming what you're owed. In almost all cases, you'll be better off overall. Let's talk about widows and widowers for a moment. Did your spouse pass away while receiving a state pension? If so, you might be entitled to inherit some of their additional state pension. This is an area where many people miss out because they simply don't know to ask. The rules are complicated and depend on when your spouse passed away and your own pension situation, but it's absolutely worth investigating. Jean from Brighton contacted me after her husband passed away, and she discovered she was entitled to an extra £87 per week from his additional state pension that no one had told her about. That's over £4,500 per year that would have gone unclaimed. What if you've been underpaid for years? This is where things get interesting. If you find out you've been receiving less than you're entitled to, you may be able to claim backdated payments. Some pensioners have received lump sums of thousands of pounds after discovering they were underpaid. Could you be one of them? The Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, is actually conducting a review of cases where they believe people have been underpaid, but this is moving slowly, and not all cases are being captured. Taking matters into your own hands could speed up the process considerably. The government has admitted that errors in pension calculations have been widespread. In fact, they've set aside over £1 billion to cover backdated payments to those who've been underpaid. Yet many pensioners still don't know they are affected. Are you waiting for a letter that might never come? Or will you take action today? Remember, the squeaky wheel gets the grease in these situations. The application process might seem daunting, but don't let that put you off. Would you let paperwork stand between you and money that's rightfully yours? Of course not. And remember, if you're not comfortable handling this yourself, you can ask a family member to help, or even seek assistance from organizations like Age UK or Citizens Advice. These charities have specialists who can guide you through the process free of charge. They can even act as an advocate on your behalf if you're finding it difficult to get answers from the pension service. Need some extra motivation? Think about what an additional £215 per week could mean for your quality of life. That's about £11,180 extra per year, money that could help with heating bills during winter, allow you to treat your grandchildren, pay for home adaptations to make your life easier, or even fund that holiday you've been putting off. In today's economy, with the cost of living continuing to rise, can you afford to leave this money on the table? Time is of the essence with these claims. The longer you wait, the more money you could be missing out on. Have you been putting off looking into your pension entitlements? Now is the time to act. The sooner you start the process, the sooner that extra £215 could be landing in your bank account every month. And remember, if you're entitled to backdated payments, these are typically limited to arrears for a certain period, usually 12 months, though in cases of official error it can be longer. So literally, every month you delay could be costing you money you'll never get back. Let me address some common questions we receive about this topic. Do I need to hire a solicitor or financial advisor to help with my claim? Generally, no, this is something you can do yourself with the right information, which I'm providing in this video. However, if your case is particularly complex, or if you're not comfortable dealing with government departments, seeking professional help might be worthwhile. Just be wary of firms that charge large percentages of any backdated amount you receive. Some claim as much as 40%. There are plenty of reputable organizations that will help for a reasonable fixed fee or no fee at all. What documents will I need to support my claim? Having your national insurance number is essential, as I mentioned earlier. Beyond that, any old pension statements you have might be useful, as well as employment history details if you're trying to prove you contributed to certain schemes. But don't worry if you don't have these. The DWP should have records of your contributions and can check their systems. How long will the process take? This varies widely. Some viewers have reported getting results within a few weeks, while others have waited several months. The current backlog of cases means patience is required, but that doesn't mean you should delay starting the process. Begin now, follow up regularly, and be persistent. Your financial future is worth fighting for. So there you have it. If you were born before 1951, you could be entitled to an extra £215 in your state pension. Don't let this money slip through your fingers when it could be making a real difference to your quality of life. Remember the 3 key steps: check your pension statement, contact the pension service to inquire specifically about additional state pension entitlements, and be persistent in following up your claim. This isn't just about the money, though that's important. It's about dignity in retirement. It's about receiving what you've earned through decades of hard work and national insurance contributions. It's about not being forgotten by a system that should be serving you better. If this video has helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit. Drop a comment below if you have questions or if you've had success claiming additional pension benefits. Your experience could help others in our community. I personally read every comment and try to respond to as many as I can, so don't be shy about sharing your situation or asking for clarification. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one, helping you make the most of your finances during retirement. Next week, I'll be covering the little-known winter fuel payment extensions that many pensioners don't realize they qualify for. Another potential saving you won't want to miss. Until next time, take care, and remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your pension. You've earned every penny, now make sure you get it.